Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lifewave Connect Business Edition. We are so glad to have you here with us tonight, and we have something really great to share with you today. We have a very special guest speaker today that will be sharing some really great insights all about the specifics of how do you build the foundation of your business and really set yourself up for success as you learn and grow with Lifewave and share with those around you. And I won't take up too much time talking a little bit about Lifewave Connect, but we are so grateful that we have the opportunity to connect with you through our Lifewave Connect calls twice a month. And our focus really is to provide a space where you can come and be a part of our community, our global Lifewave family. And in doing so, also receive some great training when it comes to business basics, business, personal development, all sorts of things when it comes to those areas that can really help you to be successful in building your dreams. Additionally, we want to be able to provide you with a space where you can learn about the technology of Lifewave and the specific products. So make sure that you are registered for our series so that you get notifications on when these calls are happening. Like I said, we hold these calls every other week, and we have two sessions. And the first session is at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And while we present everything in English for both of the calls that we hold every other week, the first series that's held at 11 o'clock, we do translate into our supported languages for Europe. And then in our evening session at 6 p.m. Pacific, again, we present in English, but we provide translation services for Chinese, Japanese, and Spanish. So we are so grateful that we have this opportunity to share this great content with all of those in our Lifewave family and to provide the translation services so you can best consume this information in a way that works the best for you. So those that you are looking for translation or simultaneous interpretation services, there's a little button on the bottom that's a globe. Please click that and you'll be able to select the language that you're looking for this evening. Otherwise, sit back and relax and enjoy the presentation in English. Now, I'm so I have the great pleasure of introducing you to someone who I just absolutely adore and love working with. We have so many wonderful leaders here at Lifeway with great experience and with a big heart to serve and help others. And Onyx Coale, one of our SPDs, our senior presidential directors, is here with us tonight. And she's going to be sharing some really great insights into, as I said earlier, building a foundation of your business, how to structure and build yourself as a manager, and to help those in your team to do the same. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Onyx. Onyx is actually a single mother of 3. And in the past, her and her daughters have experienced the true power of building an MLM. In 7 years, Onyx earned $17 million and grew a team to 400,000 and beyond. In that team, over 50 people within her personal team became millionaires. Wow. All this by consistent and persistently working with one MLM. Now, Senior Presidential Director Kathy Rodriguez took a chance. Those of you that know her, she called Onyx about X39. And Onyx had been retired since 2012, but she realized that this opportunity was a 10 out of 10. In her first 18 weeks with Lifewave, Onyx qualified at the top of our compensation plan as a senior presidential director. Wow. Can I say that again? Wow. That's pretty exciting. In her first 18 weeks, like I said, she did that. She achieved something very wonderful and was able to really maximize her efforts. She's so passionate about X39 because she sees the true need for people to activate their stem cells affordably. And, there's such a huge projected size in the market and need. Every morning, she gets to watch the sunrise, and she thanks God that she gets to patch people with X39 and change their lives. Onyx loves people, and she knows if she can do it, so can you. So without further ado, let me welcome Onyx as she can share with you some great insights. Onyx, are you on the call? Hooray, we did it.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it over to you because I know everyone's excited to hear you speak.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me on. And the first thing I wanted to do was to take a moment and just say thank you to all the veterans. Today is Veterans Day in the United States, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your service. And I'm really honored to be here. I was asked to talk about what, in my opinion, is the most important rank in Lifewave. And at each company, you'll find that every company has their own compensation plan. And within each company and each compensation plan, in my delusion, there's at least one rank that's a very important rank. In Lifewave, I believe that rank is manager. Now, the reason that I think that manager is the rank is because I believe the goal in this business is to have more managers in your business than anyone else in the whole Lifewave company. And if you succeed in that goal, you will have a very stable business. You will have a very secure business. You will have a business that is continuing to grow, and you will change people's lives. The one thing I love about Lifewave is that this little patch does so much for so many people. I focus exclusively on X39. That's what my exploding team focuses on, exclusively on X39. And today, while I'm not going to talk specifically about the patch, I'm going to talk specifically about how do you build manager? Why do you want to build to manager? What are the positionings? And again, you'll hear me say it probably several times, each and every one of us owns your own business. So your business is from you down. My business is from me down. So today I'm going to share with you some recommendations of either things that I do or things that I encourage my team to do. But in the end, it is your business and you are your own business owner, and you have the right and the ability to build your business in any way you choose. So for me, if you're not currently a manager, then my goal from this call is for you to understand why you want to become a manager and to actually go out and take action. And if you are actually a manager, then my goal is for you to see that the best thing that you can do for your business is to create more managers than anybody else in the whole company. And that's a really, really powerful, powerful goal. So Tiffany, do you mind putting up the first slide for me, please? So one of the things each one of us has to do is we have to know what it takes to get to each rank. Now, in order to get to the rank of manager, it requires that you personally sponsor 2 people at silver or above on your left leg and 2 people at silver or above on your right leg. So what I've pulled down here is just a screen from our back office. Now, the place you're going to find this is you go into your back office, you go into commissions, and then you look for the drop-down menu that says Rank Advance. Scroll down a little bit further, you'll see another drop-down menu, and then you'll be able to drop it down and say that you're say that if you want to get to the manager, if that's your next rank or your first rank. And so you'll notice the requirements are right there. So the first 2 requirements really you can do all on your own. One of them is that you are either came in as a gold or you upgraded to a gold or above. And the second one is that you're on 110 PV for that particular month. So in Lifewave, if you're on a minimum of 55 points, you will store volume in your trees. And if you want to rank advance, then you need to be on a minimum of 110 PV. So in this particular person's back office, I think they're just shy of 110, which means they probably have their own purchase of 55 points, and plus they probably have either 1 or 2 customers in there. So you can see, I think they're at 103. Then you'll see just below that, it says what you need. So it's saying right now, this person needs 2 people on the right leg and 2 people on the left leg, personally sponsored. Once you put your first person in there on the right leg, you'll see a little green line will go below that it'll say 1, it'll say 1 of 2. It'll say the same thing when you do it for your left leg, and you'll see as soon as you get everything done, the equation will change from 65%. It'll keep going up and up and up until you get all the way up to 100%. So that's how I go to the back office in order to discover what's needed to get to the next rank. And that's how I teach the people on my team to figure out what they need in order to get to the rank of manager. So Tiffany, would you take me to the next slide, please? So this is a slide that I put together about positioning. Now, again, This is your business. You can build this business any way you want. But I want you to know that I personally absolutely love a binary. The reason I love a binary is because I'm a girl. And us girls, we like to work together, I have found. And binary means what? Two. So the neat thing about a binary, if you select an MLM company that has a binary, and if you're in Lifewave, you have selected an MLM company that is a binary, it means that you only need to build two legs. So for me, everybody that I personally enroll, I put into my outside left leg or my outside right leg, because I don't want to build this business hard. I want to build this business easy. So that means, for instance, if you're married, I don't personally recommend that anybody in my organization put themselves in and then put their husbands in and try and build two organizations. In Lifewave, the cycle bonus, which is your left team bonus and your right team bonus, maxes out at $25,000 a week. So to me, I want to build this business easy. And for me, that means if you're a husband and wife, I recommend you all work together, build one business center and max that business center out. So in terms of positioning with a binary, these are the things that I believe anyway. I believe that you should keep groups of people together. So what does that mean? If you're going to sponsor your mother and your sister, I recommend that you don't put your mother on your left leg and your sister on your right leg. I recommend you put both of them on the same leg. The reason that is that what'll happen one day is that your uncle wants to come in and then he's stuck. Do I go with your mother or do I go with your sister? And so if they're both on the same leg, it makes it easier when they have a common friend that wants to join, they can stay together. So that would hold true of the girls you go out and have a glass of wine with, or maybe the guys you go play soccer with, or maybe you have a daytime job, which many people do. And so you're enrolling people from your business, from your daytime job. Keep all of them either on your outside right or keep all of them together on your outside left. Now, in terms of positioning for manager, again, you all can do anything you want, but this is what I recommend. The first thing you want to do in this business is discover which leg do you share with your sponsor. So if you don't know that, after we're done on this call, I would send a note or call your sponsor and ask, do we share the left leg or the right leg? Because that's going to help you to understand the power of your business and the power of the binary. So in this particular picture, the sponsor, we share the left leg, and there's you right there on the left leg. So you've got your first person you're ready to put in the business. My recommendation is you put that first person in the leg you share with your sponsor, the leg you share with your upline. Then you put the next two people on your interior leg, the leg you build with yourself and whoever you put in the business. And then you come back to your shared leg and you put the fourth person into the shared leg, the leg you share with your sponsor. Again, keeping groups of people together. You can do this in a different order. It's okay, but this is what I find is the most successful. Now, some people, well, you see the position of you, and then you see number one. See that little line to the right of number one? That position is not, as far as I'm concerned, that is not your position to build. So that position is the right leg of the person you put in position number one. Your right leg has the person that's in the number two spot. So for me, when I'm building my business, I don't give away my personally enrolled people, and everybody I put in either goes to my outside left or my outside right. I never put anybody to the inside of anybody else's business. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Okay, so Tiffany, would you go to the next slide, please? So in building this business, I don't know if you guys, can you go, because my screen is black, so I don't see a picture of me, so I don't know if you guys can see me, but this is what I actually used when I got started building the business. I went to Office Depot, I bought some envelopes, I went to corporate, and I purchased the brochures, the X39 brochures. I put them into a little envelope, and then I made a symptoms of aging checklist. And this is what I used in order to build my business. Then what I personally did is I put either 3, 6, or 9 patches of X39 into my envelope. And I use these handmade envelopes and got all the way to presidential using these handmade envelopes. I'm not attached to what envelope you use in order to sample people into your business. But after I got up to presidential, Kathy said to me, I wonder if we could get envelopes printed, because frankly, having these brochures shipped from corporate was so expensive, it didn't make any sense. So what Kathy and I did is I went to Vistaprint and I developed envelopes with Kathy. And so this is what they look like. And what I did is I put some wording right on it. Tiffany, you could put that back up for me if you don't mind. And so what it says is most people experience a physical response in 28 to 30 days. Some people experience changes within days or weeks. This product is very individualized to your stem cells. Remember, we don't feel osteopenia. We don't feel hair growing. We don't feel a reduction in age spots. We don't feel the signs of aging until something happens. All purchases include a 30-day money-back guarantee. This sample is your first step on your path to rejuvenation. And so this is what I utilize. And then what Kathy and I did is we just, I don't know if you guys can see me again, sorry, Tiffany, is we just made the, we took the actual wording right off of the corporate brochures and we made a little card that slides right into the envelope. So this is one side of the card, that's the other side of the card, and then it opens up, and that's the symptoms of aging checklist. So this made it all very simple. It made it very easy to create. It looks very professional. I actually paid Vistaprint so that we could get these as cheap as possible, so that everybody on my team could get these as cheap as possible. I don't make any money from it. It doesn't matter to me what you all utilize, but I want you to just see what I'm using and what I've done and what my team is utilizing. When my daughter joined the business, first of all, it took her, I don't know, a couple of months, maybe a month and a half, 2 months before she actually said yes. After she started wearing the patch, it took about 3 weeks until my 22-year-old noticed some shift. And what happened was she noticed the absence of something. And she noticed the absence of her anxiety. And then I don't remember, a week or so later, she came over and she's like batting her eyelashes at me. And I'm like, Sierra, what are you doing? And she's like, Mom. I said, yes. She's like, look at my eyelashes. Look how much they've grown. And I just giggled because you guys can see I'm 54. Look at all this hair that X39 has created for me. It's fantastic. So, but when my daughter wanted to join the business, she read these cards and said, this doesn't work for me, Mom. My friends don't have age spots. So what we did is we created a new card for millennials. And what this card says is a number of people experience physical responses in the first 30 days. Some people experience improvements within days. X39 works with you. You might feel enhanced calmness, maybe a lowering of anxiety, experience deeper, more restful sleep, or find the appearance of your skin is enhanced, even if you struggle with acne. You might also experience enhanced energy and mental clarity. Stick a patch on in the morning, remove and discard it 12 hours later. Enjoy this sample, and let's see how it could enhance your life. So inside this one, it's basically the exact same card. It's the front and back of the exact same card. The only difference is it's like a postcard. It doesn't contain the symptoms of aging checklist. So if you're buying the millennial envelopes, I buy the millennial cards, postcards. If you're buying the envelopes for people in my age group, then I'm buying the ones that open up so that I've got the symptoms of aging checklist. And then what I did was I created this exact envelope along with the card for the Spanish market. So if you have people that speak Spanish, which sadly I'm not good at many languages at all, but if you have people that speak Spanish, it's there and you can purchase that as well. Totally up to you. The other great thing I liked about Vistaprint, to be perfectly honest, is that if you buy $50 worth of product, there's no charge for shipping. So for me, that was a win-win-win, and it worked fantastic. So Emily, if you'll go to the next screen for me, that would be fantastic. So if you all are interested in those envelopes and those cards, that's great. I don't make any money from it. It doesn't matter to me what you do, but you can go to my website, askonyxcoale.com. There's a drop-down menu there for the Vistaprint portal. You just fill out an account, which is giving you a Vistaprint account, and you order direct from Vistaprint. It doesn't matter to me how you all sample and build your business, but network marketing is a contact sport. And so if you're not contacting people every day, your business probably isn't growing. Now, this is what I know about network marketing. I know that I am not in a sprint, I'm in a marathon. And so for me, I believe you build the network marketing business in the nooks and crannies of your life. So what does that look like? So many of us have children, we have husbands, or we have boyfriends, and we have dogs, and we have things that go on in our lives. And so for me, I don't want to go out and splurge and, talk to everybody I know the first day that I join the business. That's not my goal. My goal is to talk to 3 people a day about X39 and follow up. 3 people a day about X39 and follow up. And what happens is, over time, I work my business every single day. And over time, what happens is your business will grow. If you talk to 3 people a day, at the end of your first week, that's going to be 21 people. At the end of your second week, that's going to be 42 people. So you can see, over time, running this marathon, you will build a very big business. Now, when I'm talking to people, I'm not doing a training on how I'm actually presenting the business, so I won't talk about that overall. But what I want you to know is, I'm a girl, and one of the things I learned being a girl is I talk too much. I like to talk, and I realized in building my network marketing business that less was more. And so I have learned over the years to speak less and to listen more. And I'm always listening about what's in it for them. What's their radio station? What's in it for them? I think it's WIFF. What's in it for them? And so I'm always thinking about, is it the X39? Is it that they're looking for better health? Is it a business opportunity? Because X39, certainly Lifewave has a huge business opportunity. Is it a community? Do they want to be around a community of like-minded people? So many people really do want a community, especially through what we've been through in the last 8 or 10 months. So network marketing is an incredible place for you to meet people at their needs, but you have to spend time listening to what their needs might be in order to be able to do that. Now, you are smart because you said yes to Lifewave, and Lifewave has a binary. And I absolutely love a binary, because binary means what? 2, which means you only have 2 legs to build, which is fantastic because it makes it easier to build. Now, when you're out building your business, I'm talking to 3 people a day and following up, 3 people a day and following up, 3 people a day and following up. And the difference in you and me is going to be, I've been here for 15 months and I'm talking to 3 people a day and following up, 3 people a day and following up. I don't change out of that. Some people, they get to the rank of manager or they get to the rank of director and they go into management mode and they say, okay, now all I'm going to do is help my people sign people. Mistake. What you want to do is always stay in sponsorship mode. You never leave that mode. So what does that mean? When your people do start to rank advance, are you going to help them? I hope so. I want you to help them. I'm encouraging you to help them. But I'm also encouraging you not to go into management mode. Continue sponsoring. And you'll see, a year from now, I'll still be 3 people a day and following up. And 2 years from now, 3 people a day and following up. And my business will keep growing and growing and growing because I consistently and persistently work my business. So when you're out there, so many people quit a network marketing business before they give it a chance to really get legs. The neat thing about this kind of opportunity is you're not going to be a success unless you help people in your organization become a success. And so I look at it kind of like, M&Ms, and we've all had a bag of M&Ms, and you want the green M&Ms, and you go, I don't want that blue one, I don't want that brown one, and oh, I got an orange one. You're looking for the green M&M. It's the same thing when you're building your Lifewave business. You're looking for the person who's ready to has fallen in love with the product and is ready to activate and build the business. And in the meantime, you continue to interact with 3 people a day, following up, 3 people a day, following up. When you find that first person that's ready to start building the business, fantastic. Start running, lock arms with them, start running and building the business with them. But at the same time, don't stop sponsoring. 3 people a day, following up, 3 people a day, following up. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about the power of one. And the neat thing about this business is sometimes it only takes one person. Now, with network marketing, the most amazing thing is you don't know who your friends know. So for instance, in my own case, what happened for me is there was a chimney sweep named Ron in California who knew a friend of mine named Kathy Rodriguez. And Ron took a chance and he walked across the street and he said to Kathy, lift up your hair. I'm going to put an X39 patch right on the top of your neck. And so Kathy did what Ron told her to do and put on a patch. And in 4 days, Kathy had a personal testimonial. Now, Ron had no idea that Kathy was good friends with Onyx Coale. Kathy and I have never worked together, but we still have been fast friends for, 8, 9 years. And so once Kathy ended up with a testimonial from this product, she called me. And the reason she called me was because she wanted to find out if I knew what photobiomodulation was. She already knew that I knew what it was. And when she called and asked me, I said, Kathy, yes, I know what photobiomodulation is. I have a red light bed. She's like, I knew you would know this. And so she starts to tell me a little bit about the product. And my ears start to perk up. I'm like, really? You can do photobiomodulation in a little round patch that looks like a Band-Aid? I mean, I have this huge red light bed that I lay in order to do photobiomodulation. Really? In a patch? Then she started to tell me a little bit about the business, and she started to tell me a little bit about David. And it didn't take me long before I said, you know what? This is something that I actually want to build. And so Ron took a chance and walked across the street and patched Kathy. No idea that Kathy actually knew Onyx Coale. Now, Onyx said yes to the business. And what did I do? I went crazy and I started sponsoring people into my business. Speed of the leader, speed of the team. And so I sponsored and sponsored and sponsored and sponsored and sponsored people. And what happened? This network marketing business, it's all about the power of one. So for instance, Gregory and Robin were in the business, but they were only presidentials at the time. And would I put on 100,000 points in volume? Gregory and Robin went from presidentials to senior presidentials. And then when I put on $150,000 in volume, Ron Ledford went to senior presidential. And when I put on 175,000 in volume, Ron the chimney sweep went to senior presidential. So it took one person. Ron, the chimney sweep, took a chance, walked across the street, and asked Kathy to lift up her hair so that he could put a patch on it. So what I would say to you is this business is possible for each and every one of you. What does it take? In my mind, you build this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. Don't have this business change your whole life. Many of you have regular jobs. Many of you have husbands, you have kids, you have boyfriends, you have girlfriends or wives, whatever it is that's going on in your life. You want Lifewave to become part of your life. And if you set your business up and you consistently and persistently work your business, you'll watch over time. That's exactly what will happen. In fact, just today, I broke a executive director and a senior director. And it's so funny because 2 days, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, because my executive director just got announced as a senior director on the Lifewave, on the announcements. And I sent her a little note saying, congratulations. And she's in Alaska. And she said to me, Onyx, I'm already an executive director. I said, of course you are. Of course you are. And she said, I figured it out. And I said, what's that? She said, it's just about working the business a little bit every day. I said, smart girl, smart girl. So we are all want to overthink this business. We're like, it can't be this easy. I got to figure out how to do something more. I don't know what everybody thinks. It's got to be something more difficult. How can it be so easy to create residual income? It's easy, but it isn't easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It takes consistency and it takes persistence, and each and every one of you can do it. One of the things that I love about network marketing is it doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your creed. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your education. The cool thing about network marketing is that any gene will do. You and I both started at the exact same place. I started at the bottom of the tree, and I put a person on my left, and then I put two people on my right, and then I put the fourth person on my left, and I continued sponsoring. My business is from me down. That's my responsibility. If my business is growing, it's because of me. If my business is dying, it's because of me. Network marketing, you all, is a contact sport. So what does that mean? You can't sit at home and not interact with other human beings and think you're going to build a big business. You have to interact with people. You can interact with them personally. You can interact with them on Zoom. You can interact with them on text messages. You can interact with them on Facebook. You can interact with them any way that you want. The way that you interact isn't relevant to me. What's relevant is that you're interacting with 3 people a day and you're following up. I hope you guys have had fun on this call. I know I've talked a lot, and I hope that you're feeling inspired. But inspiration is great, but the truth is it's not good enough. And so I would like to see you all do more than feel inspired. I'd like to see you all take action. And so here's my challenge for you. If you feel inspired and you're like, I'm ready, I want to go out and I want to find my 4 people, I want to get myself to the rank of manager. Or if you're already a manager and you're like, the light bulb just went off, okay, my goal is not about me. It's not about getting myself to senior presidential director. My goal is to build the biggest number of managers in the whole company, because then I will have a stable and secure business that will pay me for many years to come. So whatever your place is in the current business, here's the action I'm going to challenge you to take. When we finish with this call, I would like to see you text or phone the person who sponsored you in this business, or the person above them that's active in the business, and say, hey, I just got off of Onyx's training call, and I want you to know that in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever your number is, or in 1 week, I'm going to be a manager, and I want you to hold me accountable. So I want you to pick a goal, not a year out. I want you to think about something you could get in the next 2 weeks or the next 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. So I want you to be a success. So don't pick something that's so difficult you're not going to accomplish it. Have a success. Feel good because you're doing good with this business. And so send a text message to the person who is your active upline that you're interacting with. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the line of sponsorship. And even though this is a corporate meeting in which we're talking about business building, I think it's very important that everybody stay within their line of sponsorship. So if anything I have taught is outside of what your leaders are teaching, I'm encouraging you to do what your leaders are teaching. Do what works. But there's a reason that you're in the line of sponsorship that you're in. You said yes to somebody because you liked who they are, you liked the business that they presented, you whatever it was. And they said yes to somebody because they liked who they are and the business they presented, and on it goes. So stay in your line of sponsorship, continue to interact with the person who is active within your line of sponsorship. And if you don't know who that is, I want you to keep going up until you find that, because there will be an active person and probably many active people within your line of sponsorship. So the last thing I was going to do is tell you that I'm dyslexic, if you guys don't know, and I'm constantly reading books. And so I thought I would share with you some books. In fact, right now, I think I have like 6 books open, and I read about all kinds of things. Some of the things I read are business things. Some of them are personal. Some of them are health. I like all kinds of topics. But I thought I would grab a couple of business books. I shared a different book during this morning's training call, and I said I would share a different one tonight. So here's one of the books that I really like. This book is called Go for No, and it's by Andrea Waltz, and Ray Higdon did some of it within this particular edition. So this is a fantastic book about network marketing, and it will help you to shift what your goals are, what you're trying to go for. Here's another fantastic network marketing book. This is called The 4-Year Career, and this is by Richard Broke, Brooke. So The 4-Year Career. So these are 2 fantastic books on network marketing. So for me, I'm always reading, I'm always listening podcasts, I'm always filling my brain with positive things, with positive ways of being, and I'm always learning, how can I be better? How can I do this business better? How can I interact with people better? What can I do to continue to work on me? How can I continue to improve myself? So I feel like I have talked, Emily. I'm sorry.
Oh, do not be sorry. This is amazing. You should see all the comments that are coming through. Everyone is so excited and so feeling what you're sharing today. I hope all of you guys were taking notes. I took notes on the first call, and I took notes again on this one. I mean, gosh, Onyx, you just gave us so many great, really usable pieces of information here on how everyone can be successful in this business. Thank you so much for what you shared with us today.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Remember, there's nothing special about me. Every single one of you on this call can make a very big Lifewave business. It's consistency and it's persistent of working the business. And I just set up realistic goals. 3 people a day and follow up. Who can't do that? Everybody on the call can do this.
I love that. You are pretty special, so don't sell yourself short. I love that you're breaking this down in a way that anyone can consume this. Anyone can do this. Anyone can make a goal. And I really, really appreciate and love that you're asking us to, after we hear what you've shared, after we've learned from you, what's the action? And I love that you've given a very specific challenge. And so I hope each of you will take Onyx's challenge today and set a very specific goal, and not only set that goal, but share the goal with someone who will keep you accountable. I think that's really key. So thank you for that, Onyx, honestly.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you on our next Lifewave Connect call, which is next Wednesday. We'll be focused on product training specific to Alavita, which is a great companion to X39. I hope that you all got some great benefits out of the call tonight. I know I personally did. And this call, in addition to the one that was recorded this morning, will be posted on our Lifewave channel within the next week. So if you want to share it with your team, make sure that you let them know it'll be available, and encourage them to join us on our next call. So thank you again, Onyx. We appreciate you. Thank you all for being with us. I'll have a wonderful night now.